I would certainly like to know about it. So you may notice in life sometimes, things are finished, but they're not complete. If you're someone who gets triggered a lot, something happens outside of you and you get upset, lose your composure, especially if you're getting triggered about the same thing all the time. If you're getting triggered about relationships, you get triggered about money, you get triggered about politics, you get triggered about anything. There's actually something within you. Oh, Chris Baker. Okay. We have a guest. Let's see what happens. We'll give this a try. Oh, Chris Baker. We have a guest. Let's see what happens. Thanks for being a leader. Thanks for going first. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Oh, cool. Let's see, I got a little technology issue. Let me see. I'm getting a little echo. That may be from you. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but, I shut down the Facebook. I had a Facebook.
Perfect. Yeah, so we're talking about completion. A lot of people walk around incomplete, getting triggered by stuff, and there's actually like a kind of a thing that human beings do, and freedom is possible. And as we're heading into Valentine's Day, a lot of people get triggered around relationships, past relationships. My ex is this, my ex is that kind of thing. So is there anywhere that you find yourself getting triggered? Anywhere you think you might be incomplete?
Kirk, I really ever since last March, I have been completely caught up in all of this nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's hard to stay away from all the nonsense, but but it's also not really helping me be productive either.
Yes, very good.
And I think you know what I mean by all this nonsense.
I think I do.
Yeah. By the way, I love that background. Is that a painting?
It is a photograph that was created by Mel. She took the photograph. She might have done something to it, but that is a resort property that we're in the process of having be our first village.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny too. I've been here since 2004, and it looks like we're gonna have looks like probably the longest cold spell I've ever seen down here.
I know. I heard that. Would you like to know? Would you like to know what the weather is like in Costa Rica?
It's probably warmer, but I don't mind this kind of weather. But I can't really remember more than 2 or 3 days wearing long sleeve shirts, and it looks like we're going to have probably 5 or 6 or even 7 days of it not even going over 40.
I heard that.
Which is rather interesting, but we'll see but it could change too. But
so let's talk about complete, incomplete. Let's stay focused.
I just need to block this. I just need to block this stuff out. I need to stop being angry, and because I personally think this is all just a bunch of nonsense. I really do.
Yeah. Well, whether it's nonsense or not, would you like to be free of it?
I'd love to be free of it. Of course, it's not
a simple recipe.
It's possible to get completely free of it, but I can at least give.
Oh yes, you can be completely. You may still have the circumstance, but you could still be in the circumstance and be free of it. Would you like to be free of it?
Yeah, that would be good.
Now it's not. It's a jagged pill I'm going to offer you. So you sure you want it?
Well, I'll see what it is.
You must love it.
Mm-hmm.
I see you getting distracted by your phone there, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Freedom must not be that important to you.
Freedom is important. Yeah.
Okay. But then you must love it. You must love it.
Okay. Yeah.
You must love it.
Yeah.
Why do you love it?
Why do I love what?
The state of the world.
I don't really love the state of the world.
Okay, cool. So I'm saying if you want to be free of it, you must love it. If everything is perfect, if all things work for good, if every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater opportunity, then it would be common sense when adversity shows up to love it.
Well, I am. Well, that's a good point. I am looking at some of the things that have been happening.
Yeah.
I have said that this might be an opportunity for separation
Yeah.
and growth.
And see, you
You
get to
know, we
create,
can, yeah,
you're a creator and you get to create your own experience and you get to create
yeah,
why to love it and what the opportunity is. And that would be a
you know,
creative act from a creator, act of creation from
and
a
you know,
creator.
I've said, you know, we just permanently separate the human beings from the corona zombies, and and the human beings will be better off.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That's a start. So it's a little dark, but yeah, it's a start.
Yeah, it's yeah.
By the way, everybody is doing exactly what makes sense given their reality and their training and their background and what they know and don't know and what they feel and don't feel, including you and I. We're all crazy, so let's not be judgmental.
Yeah,
We're all asleep in the ways that we are. You're asleep in a whole handful of ways. I'm asleep in a whole handful of ways.
yeah.
So if everything is perfect, why is this perfect? How could we love this?
See opportunities in it, I guess. Certainly, I
Okay.
know some people who have certainly been
Okay.
able to expand their businesses during all this. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I not exactly sure how I'd do that.
Well,
I I'm gonna, I'm
that
gonna
would be the creator part. That would be the creation part, right?
so, yeah,
To take what looks like bad news, which looks like adversity, which looks like a problem, and turn it into gold.
yeah,
Here at Earthquake University, we were leading events live, right? And we just
yeah,
had booked a really expensive hotel downtown for our latest and greatest event in April of last year,
yes,
and then we weren't allowed to do that, and I
yeah.
was upset for about 3 or 4 days. I was mad, right? But
You
it
should be
actually
mad.
turns out that our mission is to wake up the world, and now we can reach so much more people so much more easily. We can lead. We're leading this event every 2 weeks, and that never would have been possible.
Yeah, yeah. They're definitely different. There are definitely things that can happen.
Yeah.
You know, the one question I've been asking too is as I said, what do the corona zombies really want?
Okay. Well, hang on. We're talking about completion, right? So
Okay.
so just notice what you're noticing, right? Notice what you're noticing. Like some people are in fear and anger and anxiety and depression, and some people are in peace, love, and joy. What do you
Yeah,
suppose the difference is? Like, am I just insane and crazy,
I
or is
think
there
I
something else
think
going on?
I think the people are in I think the people are in a place where they want to preach at others and just want to be and just want to tell other people how to live their lives.
Now, are you including yourself in that group?
No.
Don't you want to preach to them how to live their lives?
No, but I
Don't you?
don't want
Don't you? Don't you want to tell them to stop being zombies and take off the mask and stop being silly?
uh
Tell
they
the
can
truth.
wear the fucking mask, but I don't want them to tell me to wear a fucking mask.
Well, so you're telling them not to tell you what to do. You're telling them how to live their life. You're part of the problem. Congratulations. And so I offer you loving it as an alternative.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You can't make a difference with people if you're judging them. You're full of
True.
judgment about the situation and certain people.
True. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
true. You.
just like they can't do anything for you and they're judging you, you can't do anything for them. And that's fine. It's not a problem. You can be as judgmental as you want, but you're the one who's
Yeah.
in hell.
Because the only way to work is to figure out some way to manipulate them because they definitely want to be manipulated.
Well, let me give you another alternative, right?
Yeah.
Create a reality that makes their reality obsolete.
Yeah.
And then they'll step right into it. Everybody's doing the best they can with what they have, including you and including me.
And creating a reality that makes their obsolete. That's one thing I said. You know, like permanent separation. You know.
Well, yeah, that feels born of judgment and anger, but I don't know. You just have to look for yourself.
Well, you know, we all, you know, make judgments. You know, whether you know, I mean, you know, if I go down to the video store and I pick out two movies, I'm, you know, judging that those two movies are better than the movies I don't pick. You know, or
Yes, but the movie is not impacting your life. This is.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you watching us, I invite you to come join us. We can you get to direct the conversation. We're talking about completion. If talking about the world events is not your cup of tea, I originally started off talking about Valentine's Day, and people are often incomplete in their previous relationships, making what they want or what they say they want completely impossible because you're in judgment.
Mhm.
So this is just a flavor of the conversation for completion. So if you're watching, come and join us. The link is in the description and the title.
Who's watching this?
I don't know. This is I'm experimenting. I'm tinkering. We've got over 11,000 people in this group, and I thought I would reach out and connect and see if I could offer some
Yeah,
love and light and connection, which is kind of
I
my
didn't
thing.
think about that. Anybody could be watching this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How
Do you know how many?
many people do you think you just pissed off, Chris?
I don't know. Do you think?
Several
I
thousand?
don't know who's watching it. Can you get a number on how many people are watching it?
Possibly. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So completion, where do you get triggered, my friend? That's a great indicator of being incomplete. When you get triggered, getting triggered is happening within you because something out in the world is reminding you of something about yourself that's unhealed, unacknowledged, uncared for. So notice what you're noticing. Notice where you get triggered. So I can clearly see you get triggered around certain types of people, the current events, certain belief systems that other people have.
Yeah.
Triggered. And by the way, it's only happening with you. They're fine.
Okay.
No, you don't believe me.
Yeah.
So this conversation is about freedom where you are. So you're not free. You're not free. You're in hell. They're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not a complaint session. This is about, see, if you're free where you are, you make freedom possible for the world. If you're in judgment and condemnation and separation, you're just part of the problem. No matter what your stance is, doesn't matter. How's that for Jacksonville? I told you.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this going to be recorded or is it just going out live?
It's going out live, and I don't know. I hadn't really gotten that far. I'm just experimenting.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like this to be a series. I'd like to hop on whenever I'm inspired to have conversations with our graduates and with our group, and but we might be scaring people off, Chris. I'm not sure. You might be scared. You might be scared off on my people.
It says you're recording, so yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Well, I'm recording here on Zoom. I always do that just to archive everything. Whether I keep it live on Facebook, whether I keep it on Facebook or not, I'll just feel into that.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on. Yeah, well, Facebook's the one that told me it's up. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So can you love it? Can you love the state of the world? Can you love those people that you're
I'm loving the state of the world. I've gotten involved with some good people who have really helped me do well this year.
Cool.
My crypto gains are nice.
There you go.
Yeah, I got some really good people. You ought to check them out if you can.
Okay.
They know what they're talking about.
Cool.
Got to find people who know what they're talking about and then do what they do.
Cool.
Okay, well, is it raining where you are?
It is perfect. It's probably 75 degrees.
Oh, are you in Costa Rica?
Yeah, I'm Costa Rica, dude. It's like we've been here for months, and it's t-shirts and shorts, sandals every single day, day and night.
Costa Rica's pretty much open too, from what I'm hearing. You can go there and no problems.
Yeah, it's just getting back is where it might get sticky.
Getting back, yeah, and I know it's still that way with Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah, we flew here from Mexico City 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I might, if I go down, I may just do all my traveling from Mexico now, although that's going to probably add an extra day to it all. But who knows?
Mm-hmm. So what you got planned for Valentine's Day there? But
not really much of anything.
I'm
going to start a 30-day cleanse and
Sounds very romantic.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't really have any. Gonna need to get my portfolio, need to do some work on my portfolio and
Okay.
I might put some more money into crypto right now. Although probably not that much. I've actually been, I'm actually gonna see if I can maybe make the whole crypto
Ah,
trade thing.
Todd B. Moore got another guest. Oh my gosh, it's happening. It's happening. Todd.
Todd with 1D.
Todd's the man. Oh, Willow Breeze. Oh, it's happening. We're coming to life. We're coming to life. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Kirk.
Hey, buddy. How are you? Great to see you.
I couldn't find the link
Willow.
in the Facebook, and then somebody said expand it, and I just kept touching it on everywhere,
Okay.
and then I finally found it. So I'm here. I'm here.
I put
Yes.
it in the title and the description, and I'm open to how. I'm not really. This is an experiment, so if you have any suggestions, I'm open to it.
Can you put it? Is it okay if I put it in the comments?
Yeah, I would love that. When I've done
Barely
that,
did.
it gets buried real quick. But if you, yeah, as many times, yeah, once or whatever. Yeah, please, thank you.
Okay, bear with me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Hey, Willow, how are you? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are
Awesome.
you?
Good. It's great to see you.
I'm the one that put it in the comments. All you have to do is expand the screen on the Facebook thing and you can see the link on the side for
Thank you.
Zoom.
Thank you. Awesome. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think to really traction, someone has to kind of probably keep putting it in the comments all the time. But this is just an experiment. We'll just see if this is something that's wanted. I'll do it more often. But the topic today is completion. We're heading into Valentine's Day. I noticed that previous relationships and romance in general is often a place where people get triggered. That's so.
I'm single, so yeah, no concerns there.
But yeah, just talking about completion, things finish in life, and oftentimes we're still in the past, being angry or upset or questioning, or we're in the future trying to make sure something never happens again. But meanwhile, we're incomplete, we're not present, we're either anxious or upset or something like that. Like that's a lot in life. And often how it shows up is people being triggered. Something happens out there and I'm triggered in here, and something happens out there and I'm triggered in here. But that only happens if you got something that's triggerable in here. So
Yep, I heard Chris talking about being triggered with and I still struggle with being triggered with the whole mask thing. It just frustrates
yeah,
me.
there you go. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Got one.
Yeah. That's a tough one for me. I've been working on that for a while.
Yeah.
But it's funny because you gave me freedom as
Yes.
a theme.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I came to is freedom is the ability to be you, to just be you, no matter what the circumstances. And
Nice.
and that's kind of how I'm trying. And what came to me along with that is I'd just been seeing advertisements for the television show Roots. Do you remember Roots?
I do. I remember I
watching
was
that
a
as a kid.
teenager. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And Kunta Kinte, no
Yeah.
matter what happened, and being a slave and everything, but he was Kunta Kinte. He,
Yeah.
he was himself,
Right.
and that whether he was a slave or not gave him freedom just to
Yes.
be him.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
so I'm trying to work with that right now.
Nice.
It's like no matter what is happening out there and all the bullshit, that
Yep.
I just need to stay in my heart and work from there.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Even though the masks drive me crazy. I can't
Mhm.
breathe.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't enjoy them, and I continually create being peaceful about it, because what else is there? I can be part of the problem. I can be in judgment. I can point and whatever, or I can just be as graceful as I can and be in peace and love. So I'm actually available to make a difference,
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oop, pardon me. I have to let my dog in.
Okay, cool. So those of you who may be watching us on Facebook, you're welcome to come join us. We're just having a conversation, no big deal. We're talking about completion. If you're someone who's getting triggered a lot, there may be something incomplete within you, right? So I want to offer a way out, a pathway to freedom. And then also I want to stand for the value of Awaken Life Live. We cover the cost of it 100%. We do it every 2 weeks. The next one is on the 20th and the 21st. And There's over 11,000 people in this Facebook group, probably a couple thousand or so have been to Awaken Life Live. And I just wanted to re-extend the invitation. This whole community is really based off of this beautiful weekend, transformational weekend based in love. I just want to create an opportunity to have you consider come joining us on the 20th and the 21st. And you're welcome to come join us today for a conversation about completion. And if you're someone who's getting triggered a lot, and there's a lot of people getting triggered these days, I want to offer you a path to freedom. So you're my freedom gal, Willow.
Working on it. Working on it. I keep losing my background.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
sure why. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now you just see ugly green screen. But
So-
yeah.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, Kirk. So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Um,
Come on.
okay, so I know, I mean, Jonathan said, or you said, or you both said, I'm sure you both said it, when you get squeezed, whatever, when you get
Right,
squeezed,
what
what comes out. Okay.
Yeah.
And so this morning I had to order an Uber to come to work, and
Yeah.
the Ubers, because of the weather, are being very inconsistent. Or no,
Yes.
they're being consistent, but they're being consistently late. And
Consistently.
consistently inconsistent. And so it's
Welcome,
frustrating.
Emily. Yeah.
And I really, I roll with it because, I'm trying to, use the process. Okay. They're late, and I love that, and,
Right,
and,
right.
and, and it does give me, inner peace. But so this morning I come down, and I said to the guy, I said, yeah, I had to wait 20 minutes for you. He's like, yeah, well, I had to wait 5 minutes for you, and I almost left. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I sent you a message, say, be right there. And he says, well, I didn't get that message. I'm like, well, it's right here on my phone. And he's like, well, you weren't right here. He says, you took 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, really? And so I didn't love him. and I didn't love his response.
No, I get it.
And so then he takes me, and I stop at a convenience store, and I go in to grab a coffee, and I ask the people, because the coffee comes out into my cup, and I put my finger in it, and it's not hot. And I'm like, why is your coffee not hot? And so the guy comes over, and he pours a little bit of coffee in a cup and sticks his finger in it and says, it's hot. And I'm like, okay then. And so and I don't like the fact that when I get squeezed, what comes out is what is inside of me, because what comes out is I get aggravated, but it's not. But the good news is it's not rage anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I guess
I feel you.
I guess it's about progress, right? And
Well, so I am present to something, right? In the story of Wizard of Oz, right? The lion wants courage. He prays for courage.
Right. Sure.
What he gets is flying monkeys out to kill himself and his friends.
Yes.
And it was important that the flying monkeys were trying to kill his friends because he might not have stood up for himself.
Right.
Right. So what when you have a lesson, you get a lesson. Maybe you go to Wake Life Live, have a breakthrough in loving it, have a breakthrough in being peaceful, having a breakthrough and experiencing yourself as love. You have a breakthrough maybe in experiencing the perfection of all things through the eyes of love, whatever it is, right? And then comes the test. The Uber driver's 20 minutes late. He's upset with you because you're 5 minutes late. The store clerk who says cold coffee is hot, with an attitude, right?
Right.
And
with an attitude, for sure.
With an attitude. And that's actually my favorite part, by the way, in both things, right? So I am also someone that at a previous time would have just ripped someone's effing head off, right? No problem. That's second thought, right? But these trials and tribulations come to give you a little test. So now you know exactly where you're at. You're at the stage where you're not ripping people's head off. Awesome, Todd. Yay. But you're still experiencing an internal hell.
Right. Exactly.
You're not you're not spraying the hell everywhere else. Yeah,
Right.
great job. Good job for you and
Right.
great job for me.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and okay, cool. So here's where I'm at, right? Here's exactly where I'm at. I can be responsible for how I am in the world around me, and I'm still working on transcending, pulling all the lessons with me as I transcend into a space where I'm actually untouchable. I'm love. I see the perfection of all things, and I'm untouchable. See, because this insight that you're experiencing now, and you're experiencing some joy in it, I hear you giggling and that kind of stuff, right? There's some joy here, right? One could be present enough and so in love that one could create that real time. Now, I'm not saying I do it all the time, right? But one could, right? As we become more present, we become more loving, we become more able to respond, right? More responsible. We could find the peace and the joy and the love right there in the moment and find the lesson. I'll say one more thing and then I'll stop talking for a minute. John really speaks eloquently, and I've really taken this to heart, this idea of finding the lesson quickly. You get a little feather stroke. Hey, go ahead and find the lesson. You don't need to, right? People generally don't do what they should. They do what they must. So most people ignore the feather stroke, right? Right. They ignore the feather stroke. What comes is the little nudge. Boom. Okay. Most people only do what they must. So they ignore the nudge and then they get the shove. And most people will ignore the shove and they'll wait for the 2x4. Cocoon, right? Three or four more times, and then you rip somebody's head off, and they pull a gun on you, and there's the 2x4, right?
Absolutely.
And if you're me, you'll ignore the 2x4 a good 3, 4, 5, 7, or 27 times, right? Until the full 2x4 is 8x10 with huge spikes and chains and everything, right? With the chainsaw at the end of it, right? And that's kind of how I did life for a long time, right? So another way you could love this, another opportunity is you go, oh, cool, feather stroke, awesome, right? So you got an accurate gauge of where you are when you get squeezed. Cool. I'm past the rage, upgrade, yay, and I'm still creating internal health for myself. So cool, I know what it is to work on, super duper. And also another fun way to look at it. Okay, good. Let's call that a feather stroke. Cool, right? And then now create a lesson as a creator. Create a lesson. Use your creativity and your imagination and your divinity, and okay, let me craft a lesson here that'll make this experience this morning totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Amen. I get it. Thank you. That was very insightful, and you were spot on. The progress. Yeah, you're right. I mean, my wrath used to come out at people and everybody. I would leave and everybody be crying, and I'd be like, "Oh my God!" And I could be, I could be breaking out in handcuffs.
Exactly. Especially today, man. Everybody's hanging on by a thread.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yep, you're right. And you know what? Those lessons are constantly, shown to me. I guess to give me the opportunity to acknowledge the progress I've made, and that I am becoming a better version of myself, which is a great experience. And
let me just offer, that's neither true nor untrue, but it is the act of creation by a creator, and that's what's beautiful about it.
Okay.
You feel that?
Yep, I did. Can you repeat it?
Okay. It's neither true nor untrue what you just created.
Okay.
But it's absolutely the act of creation by a creator, and that's why it's beautiful.
Okay.
So you can create your own reality, and you just did it, and that's a state change for a human being.
Right. Got it. Beautiful.
Feel that?
And it is. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's check in with Emily and see if she has a question or has something she wants to say.
Perfect.
Emily, are you just hanging out, which you're welcome to do, or do you have a question, or would you like to join in the conversation?
Oh, I'm just listening.
Okay, that's cool. You're
I've
welcome.
been having a lot of triggers myself, mainly from my adult children.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the ones.
Children can be so ungrateful, can't they?
Yeah. They trigger me the most, unfortunately.
Would you like to be done with it?
Yes, I'd like them to stop calling me evil and nasty.
Well, that's not what I said. I said, would you like to be done with it?
Yes, I would. I need to
Okay.
know how to block that out.
Okay, cool. So first of all, let me invite you to Awaken Life Live in a week and a half, the 20th and 21st. It's absolutely, we cover the cost, and we really go deep into this stuff, but you're here and I honor that. What I'm going to say, I'm going to give you a magic pill, but it's got jagged edges around it. You ready for that?
I sure am.
Okay. So you must love it.
Must love what?
Your children, exactly how they,
Oh,
when they call
yes,
you evil.
unconditionally.
Well,
Of course.
no, what I'm saying is when they call you evil, you must love it.
Oh, God. Wow.
There it is. Now she heard me.
I must love it. Okay.
You must love it. Yeah, because look, it's happening, right? It's actually happening, right?
Right.
Okay, so follow this. I'm taking a little short journey. So it's actually happening, and you, my dear, are if you're a child of God. You're an infinite creator. You feel that part? You with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're a creator, you literally get to create your own experience. You with me?
Yes.
Okay, so, and all things are perfect. All things work for good for those who believe. Those who believe what? That all things work for good. So everything's perfect. All things work for good for those who believe for good. And you are love. You with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
So if all that's true, then every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater opportunity.
You must
So
love it.
Todd was just sharing an experience of calling a Uber driver. He's 20 minutes late, but he's got attitude because Todd took a few minutes coming down to the door. So the driver's 20 minutes late, and he's got attitude about Todd being late. Then Todd gets taken to the coffee shop, pours a cup of coffee that comes out cold, goes to the store clerk and goes, "Hey, coffee's cold." Store clerk comes, checks coffee, goes, "Coffee's hot." So for a moment there, just a nanosecond, Todd was not loving it. You feel that?
Yes.
Okay. However, he just created his own reality. He's responsible for his own reality. He's responsible for his own happiness. He's responsible for how he sees the world. He's responsible for being a creator. And so he just created, oh, there was a time when an Uber driver talked to me like that, I'd rip his head off. There was a time when a store clerk talks like that, I would rip his head off. So ergo, I can see where I'm at. I can see where I've progressed. I can see what comes out when I get squeezed. It's no longer rage out into the world, big upgrade. Yay, Todd, yay. But it's still an internal hell, right? So good. He's moved up from rage everywhere out in the world to an internal hell. That's a big upgrade, right? Furthermore, you know, what was the other part we said, Todd? Well, yeah. So now he knows exactly what he needs to work on, right? So, you know, now he can continue his journey, moving up from now he can go from internal hell to have peace. Because given how powerful Todd is, and given how powerful you are, Emily, you could actually see the lesson immediately. Your children tell you you're evil. Great. Where's the lesson in that? You know, you know, have you ever noticed people don't do what they should? They do what they must. Have you ever noticed that, Emily? We don't do what we should.
Yes.
We only do it only when we have to, right? So we'll call that a feather stroke. My child calls me evil. That's a little feather stroke. Cool. Mostly we ignore the feather stroke till we get the nudge. Boom. Then we ignore the nudge till we get the shove. And then we ignore the shove till we get the 2x4. And if you're like me, you need a good 17 or 23 2x4s, right? Until I get the lesson. But you could stop right here, stop in your tracks and go, huh. What lesson could I pull from this? In the movie Wizard of Oz, the lion wanted courage. He prayed for courage. And you know what he got? Flying monkeys trying to kill him and his friends. And he got courageous. And it was important they were trying to kill his friends because he probably wouldn't have stood up for himself. So then he found his courage, and now he knows himself as someone with courage. So maybe your lesson is to find love. Maybe your lesson is to find peace. Maybe your lesson is to realize what they think, and they is everybody else. What they think is none of your business, and all there is to work on you and your divinity and your serenity and your love. Maybe it's time for you to have a breakthrough in that. I don't know, but there's a lesson in there somewhere. And if you choose to love it, if you choose to step out of judgment and choose love, you could then actually find a lesson. If you were to find a lesson right now, if this was the perfect lesson for you, Emily, what might that lesson be for you?
I don't know, because I've loved them unconditionally. I think it's them talking about themselves.
Okay, but if there were a lesson for you, just say if there were. What I'm saying is totally crazy. I get it. I'm insane. People let me know that all the time. However,
Well,
if
I
there
do
was a
know.
lesson for you, what might it be? How could you
Geez.
use this to grow? How could you use this to find love? What could the lesson be? You're doing great, Emily. I'm
I
coming
don't
at you
know.
full force. You're doing great.
Geez. I have no clue. I'm stuck. I
All
don't
right,
know.
well, cool. So, yeah, maybe there's something in there about finding your own sovereign peace, finding your own love, like not needing the outside world to affirm you, confirm you, appreciate you, agree with you. Maybe there's something in there. That wouldn't be the right lesson, right? There is no right lesson, but a creator could actually create divinity in any experience. And so maybe there's this beautiful lesson for you. Maybe it's time for you to, you know, be love in and of your own self, stand on your own 2 feet with regard to being peaceful, being happy, being in love. How's that feel?
Oh, love always feels great.
Yeah.
I'm a true believer in that.
Yeah. But so what if you could generate the experience of love where you are not needing the agreement of your children? How would that be?
Okay, well, I guess I'm trying to get them to be living in their hearts and not in their head. That
Yes.
I guess that's what's the problem. Is that I
Yes.
want them to do that.
Yes.
they're
Oh my
not.
gosh. Yes. What if you turned all that? What if you show them how to be in the world simply by being a lighthouse, simply by you just being an example, and just let them do them. This is hard for parents. I get it, right? So I totally get it. And maybe the opportunity is let them do them and you do you. And you do you means fully express yourself as a lighthouse of love and possibility in the world, and just let them, wow, like holy smokes, if mom could do that, maybe I could do that. But maybe they won't do that, maybe they will. That's actually their business, right? Your business is you. Your business is be the lighthouse. Your business is be love. Their only shot at happiness is you being happy, because they can always have the excuse to be unhappy. Well, look at mom, she's not happy. Look at mom, she's not in love. You see what I'm saying? Your biggest
Right.
opportunity to make a difference for your children is to make a difference for yourself first. When the plane's going down, they tell you to put your own oxygen mask on first. That's not an accident.
I understand. Thank you.
You've been very generous with me. I appreciate you. And Emily, you're amazing. I invite you to Awaken Life Live. It's really an awesome weekend. And we're just doing a couple of minutes here. I have some appointments here in a few minutes. I'm just doing a little experiment. But I so appreciate you being courageous and letting me be with you. And I think you're awesome. And I think your children are awesome. And I'd love to see you at Awaken Life Live in a week and a half.
I appreciate all your help. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emily. Appreciate you.
Hey, Kirk, I just want to give you kudos. You really are freaking amazing. And I know you know that, because you got to look in the mirror and say, "Oh my God, you're so amazing." But
yeah, that's really not helpful.
but see, I'm your mirror today. I am your mirror. Okay, so I am being your mirror, and I'm showing you that you are amazing.
I received that.
And you know what's so funny? As you were talking to Emily, I'm sitting here and reflecting back through my journey to Costco this morning, and
yes.
And when I got in the Uber and the guy said, "Well, you made me wait 5 minutes," the thought crossed my mind to say, "Really, pal?" And I thought, this is actually the thought crossed my mind. Really? And I was gonna say, if I didn't need this ride to Costco so bad right now, I'd give you a piece of my mind and I'd say, pull over and let me out. Okay. But then I chose not to say that, because I thought he might pull over and say, get out.
Right.
So I got a better outcome. Because God gave me that pause You know, he
Yes.
allowed me the pause so that I could
Mm.
choose from a buffet of responses as opposed to the one response that came up. You know, and so I had that
Mhm.
response ability. I was able to choose my response, which was
Boom.
beautiful.
Boom.
Mm.
I love that.
Uh,
Hey,
Nice
and
job.
so,
Todd, I want
and
to
my
thank you for
response,
being my mirror today.
my response was to keep my mouth shut.
That's a response a lot more people could use a lot more often. And I'm very super duper humble. I'm like very super duper humble.
Absolutely. And you're welcome, Willow. I'm grateful to be here. I
Yeah.
just, this is
Well, it's funny
amazing.
because I had an opportunity to either explode or pick a different response this morning too. I don't know if you can read, you're on your phone. I don't know if you could read the comments. I had my flying monkey in the form of my landlord letting his dog shit in my walkway again this morning. And
Oh,
instead of cleaning it
nice.
up, he put a pile of snow on top of it, and then the snow like froze and the crap froze to the sidewalk. So when I went out to shovel, like here's this big pile in the middle of like the
Like
only,
stuck on there.
and started to dig the big pile out and then found all the crap underneath it. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, I started ho'oponoing.
Yeah.
Jeez.
By the way, one fun fact about people who we are in judgment of. I'm saying that nicely. We all know who we're talking about. That person in your life. One fun fact is you actually get away from them, and they don't. They're stuck inside there. So no matter how bad it is for you, it's at least 10 times worse for them. So you can just that always helps me sleep a little bit better.
Yeah. The series of things that have been happening, I'm like, all right, you know what? This means that I must be having an amazing new apartment showing up in my life soon.
Yes. Yep. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go on to my next appointment. I just wanted to see if we could have a little fun here today. I think we definitely accomplished that. For those of you who may watch this later, I'd be interested in what topics you'd like me to discuss, and just anything you'd like to share about it. Be kind, because I'm very sensitive, and this is my baby. So if you have any comments, be gentle. I'm just playing. But anyway, would love to be a resource for this Facebook group. I'd love to be able to provide something that's actually wanted and needed and pertinent. So today I was talking to my group here in Costa Rica, and we're talking about Valentine's Day coming up, and maybe doing just little lives here on something topical. So I figured, Valentine's Day, completion, incompletion relationships, it seemed like a sort of a logical thing. But I'd be interested to find out more about what you'd like to, if you think this is valuable, and if not, you're welcome to share that too. But if you think it's valuable and you have some suggestions on how to make it more valuable, I'd be very interested. I appreciate you. Waking Life Live is coming up February 20th and 21st. We cover the cost. The links are all over this Facebook group. And I just recommend it. It's a transformational weekend. People who have come from other events, I won't mention their names because I don't do that, but there are a couple of companies and individuals who are well known as the sort of the pillars of transformational weekends, and people who come from those weekends to our weekend often comment that how much more powerful this is, how much easier it was, how much more fun it was, how much more loving it was, how much it made a difference in their lives. So if you would like to, have a little reboot in your life, if you'd like to experience power and freedom in areas of your life where that might be missing, I humbly offer you Awaken Life Live, and would love to see you. I'd love to see you. So anyway, with that, I'll disconnect. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and talk to you real soon. Thank you, Willow and Chris and Todd and Emily. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you real soon.
Thank you, Kirk.
Awesome.
Thanks, Willow. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Signing off. Thank you, guys.